Some room in the.
As a woman development project.
So, hi. The whole turnout.
Good, how are you? No, not face to face.
I know. And Molly's. I know, I wasn't feeling so top. Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
I said at the end.
What's the first thing that's the more similar system?
Wow. You know, this would be the first name tag that I had without Dr. behind.
Ah,
Like
Indeed.
everything in my life.
I done.
has Dr. Carol Ansel.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Or Ansel MD.
Should be.
Right. Because.
Are you concerned?
I don't care, I'm not, my role here is not as a physician.
Right.
It's just weird that.
Oh.
Until somebody collapses.
Right.
Or doctor on it.
Yeah.
Then,
Nice to see you.
No.
Dr. Burrows, here it is. Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. It was.
So, I you what, here, come here, friend, good also, fishing pole.
Yeah.
You think I gotta go see it was there like 24 hours to do some of us, like,
How are those guys with the boys?
well, they're good, they're, knee high in July or.
You know, my,
How does this happen?
They're super meaty,
okay.
Yeah, they've got like it started out right now. It's kind of slowly. I've never been more.
It's a thing.
You know,
I'm
I definitely would see somebody, but
Okay.
my
It was right before they went to bed.
response is
And
that's not.
all they could talk about was
That's
how
my.
crazy their hair
Like,
was.
my
So
God, she's in Snapchat.
And does it love it?
Yeah,
but-
pretty good.
Are we recording yet?
Yes, but not super well.
Yeah, like,
It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jen, so this, I have this one right here. If you see anything that you want to be different, just text me.
Yeah, I guess you're. New England in August. Is
Yeah.
so,
Or talk to me now, but it's just a lot of noise. I'm saying I'm ready to
Yeah.
respond that way.
It was really last time,
Was it?
I was told you about a medical issue.
Uh-oh, you
We were
really
gonna hand
didn't
over
enjoy
the
that.
line. This was in 2000.
No, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Funny.
Oh, nice.
We were on the, we're skiing down the she's had a bunch of family members. Summer Road, and we are in.
Still living in the area where they just actually good.
With fish.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is really what I asked you something, and Uncle, medical question, you could answer like Mount Sun. I don't know. And I said,
That's been
if you ever have this on, actually, select for the county sports.
That's good. I was the AED.
So you never heard of me.
Last year I was the AED. Yeah.
Did they have a come up much?
No,
No. It's been
that's
after
true.
me.
It's not.
When I grew up, they had these like.
That is not.
Wonderland.
Jen, I have a question for you.
Yes,
I see your remote as well.
I am. Yes, no, they have themselves silenced, and we are on YouTube. I'll just point that out. But yes, there
I was
there,
just-
there was a lot of talking going on, and it was so Molly.
I was just wondering, do they have a screen to see us, or can they just hear us?
No, they can see us. We're all up on the TV.
Okay, perfect.
Kind of
Thanks.
similar. We're all up basically as you see us on the TV in that room.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But
Yeah.
just, you know Cameron?
He's laying around.
Oh, yes, okay, all right. Look where it likes to go. Yeah. so it's the secret of the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there's that, you know, this far removed is that field up here.
Oh, yeah. we're-
Hi there.
Background.
It's like you're in an exotic place.
Are we
No,
getting ready
no,
to start?
in Vermont, but that's very.
Okay, it is 3:01 on Wednesday, September 13th. Call to order the Alta Town Council meeting of this state. And I see I'm supposed to make a declaration, but I don't think there's any declaration to make because we're meeting here with a anchor location. And it occurs to me that never in my tenure have we all five of us been at a table at once. So we don't have a picture of us.
So be the moment.
What's that?
This be the moment.
Yeah.
No, there's not, because-
Also there. See, you know, it's-
Well, you gotta sit next to her.
You can Photoshop it.
But let's do that one of these days. All right, I believe we have a citizen input this afternoon. And is that live?
They will be joining us virtually, and I think Jen was gonna. Him ready, but yeah, Jacob Minus requested to make a comment today.
Okay.
Jacob, you might have to accept that move. There we go. And you are, it looks like you're still muted.
Can people hear me now?
Yes, there you are.
Sure, welcome.
Please
Okay.
just, Jake, if you can introduce yourself to the council and everybody and then make your comment. That'd be great.
Sure. Hi, everybody, and thanks for taking the time to hear me out. My name's Jake Minus. I'm a resident of Village at Sugar Plum, and an everyday skier like many of you. I just wanted to speak briefly in support of the mayor's resolution regarding the gondola on the agenda. I would also, I'd like to support the town council and any other moves or statements it wants to make that's critical of the gondola. There are two reasons that I'm making this statement now. One relates to, what I think is, kind of the feeling that comes from the community as a whole. And the other is my own personal opinion. So let me just start with the community as a whole. I just from my chairlift conversations, it's not scientific or anything, but I have yet to meet a resident of the town who is favorable to the gondola. I know that the ski areas have come out in favor, and maybe the businesses are also, but I'm talking about actual human beings. I've never met a one. And then considering that the ski areas, both of the ski areas have come out in favor of the gondola, and a bunch of other, sort of ski industry organizations, that it really appears to your average Valley politician that Little Cottonwood is entirely behind the gondola because no one's has spoken against it yet. So I think this is a great opportunity. I'm not familiar with the process in which the mayors have spoken, but I've looked at the piece of paper. I've noticed that it changed. It used to say, consider the gondola option after the, the snow sheds and bus services have been implemented. I think the new one just says, don't consider the gondola. I consider that an improvement. Now, that's my perspective of, my take on the community. My own personal view is my primary reservation about this project is that it's a taxpayer subsidy to business. I mean, you have most of Utah doesn't ski, and why some taxpayer who doesn't ski should be paying for our recreation has always troubled me. And I'm really happy to see that Governor Cox has suggested, private funding in addition to public funding. And in my opinion, the ideal amount of public funding would be zero, and the amount of private funding, if they can make it work, they can make it work. Now, that being said, this is the first time that I've heard the politicians at the state level react to this concern. And I just want to keep the pressure on to keep them, evaluating that problem. Like, I know that one of our elected representatives went to the legislature to try to force an audit of the UDOT results that didn't get anywhere. These are the kinds of things I want to see happen. I want to see as much scrutiny, particularly on the funding side. And, I think that having, the mayors, take this action would just start bringing in the daylight. And that's why I support it. And like I said, if anything else that is critical, I would also support. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for your input. Hope to meet you in person someday. Maybe on a lift ride.
Yeah, I'll be at meetings during ski season. Thank you.
What did you say?
He'll be at meetings during the ski season.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Any other citizen inputs? None in person or otherwise. All right, let's, the next on the agenda is Mike Mon, but he is got a conflict that was going to require him to show up somewhat later. And I think we'll reschedule that. So then item 4 is questions regarding the departmental reports. Departmental reports are quite extensive, and I hope we have Steve Rowley to join us for this. Or maybe
Actually,
not
Steve,
yet.
well, unfortunately, his travel plans did not work where I thought he was going to be available, and he is not. But I do have a couple updates if now is appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is that I just wanted to let the council know, if you weren't already aware, which you may be, that on August 18th, the administration office, us staff, we got notified that there was an issue with the phone line at the post office, and they were not able to make, they were not able to receive calls for a bit. So we immediately kind of put in a tech call for that, and we put in we enabled call forwarding to go to Alta Central when people call the post office line as kind of a stopgap while we figured out what the issue is. We have probably had at least 3, if not 4 site visits from CenturyLink. Our provider is CenturyLink, but we actually now pay for our phone service through a third party called Granite. And CenturyLink has been on site at least 3 or 4 times. They are actually scheduled to have a cable tech come up tomorrow morning. I'm really hopeful that this is the final step in this too long issue. So anyways, I just want to make the council aware of that. There actually are 2 phone lines going into the post office. One is for the meter and one is for the phone. So thankfully the meter wasn't compromised with whatever this is, but I think it's probably, my suspicion is it's aging infrastructure and that